Welcome back to Learn with Chris. I'm Chris. So today we're going to do our fourth video for a word a day. And today we're going to look at the verb mitigate. Mitigate. Another Latin origin word comes from the Latin word mitigare, which means to make soft or to make mild. And it entered English in the 15th century, so more than 500 years ago, and that is the meaning: to make something less serious, to reduce severity. And that is a definition for mitigate. It's to make something less severe or less painful or less serious. We usually use mitigate related to disasters, like a flood or earthquake or natural disaster, which of course will cause a lot of damage, and then we want to reduce the damage, so we mitigate the damage caused. You could also use it for like risk management or even in legal negotiations. So it's a pretty common word. We do use it for a lot of different things, but the overall idea is to make something less serious or less painful, I suppose. So some other forms of mitigate is mitigation as a noun, mitigative as an adjective, and mitigator as a person, as a noun, a person who mitigates. So some example sentences for mitigate. Emergency services are working to mitigate the effects of the flood on the affected communities. So natural disaster, a flood causes a lot of damage. So emergency services are going to try to reduce the damage, mitigate the damage caused by the flood. Another example, mitigation services were implemented to reduce the environmental impact of the construction project. Mitigation measures. So we have a construction project which is going to cause some damage to the environment, and we're going to introduce mitigation measures to try to minimize the damage caused by the project, the damage to the environment. Another example, the lawyer argued for mitigative factors that might lead to a reduced sentence for the defendant. So of course, this is in a legal context. You do a crime, you go to jail, but there might be factors involved, maybe some reasons why the person did the crime, and these factors would potentially or hopefully reduce the penalty, like the amount of time they would have to go to jail. So mitigative factors. And last example, as a conflict mitigator, she excels in de-escalating tense situations in the workplace. So that's as a person who mitigates, a mitigator. Okay, we have some common collocations for mitigate. We can mitigate risk, we can mitigate impact, we can mitigate effects, mitigate damage. There are no phrasal verbs or idioms specifically related to mitigate, but we do have an idiom, soften the blow, which has the same meaning as to reduce the effect of something. So soften the blow has the same meaning as mitigate, but no idioms exactly using the word mitigate. And we're going to finish with our antonyms and synonyms. So 3 antonyms. Remember, antonyms are opposite words. So we got exacerbate, aggravate, and intensify. So all of these words, instead of reducing the effect or reducing damage, all of these increase. So if you exacerbate a problem or aggravate an injury or intensify a problem, you make it bigger, you make it worse. So that's the opposite, of course, of mitigate. And synonyms: alleviate, lessen, reduce, and moderate. All of these are to make smaller. Okay, so that's it. That's our word for today, mitigate. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in the next video, and have a good day. Bye-bye.